What's going on, guys, and welcome to Rabbit's Used Cars. First, 1968 Chevrolet short bed C10 truck in bright blue, 20-inch wheels, and a rumpty-rump small block. Love it. Literally, just before the camera started rolling, we took a deposit on it. So, savor the flavor, kids. It probably won't be here too long. Don't want to preach. Tell myself every time I do this, don't preach it to people. But I feel like if I learn something from it, you can. And I have been in a lot of genres of business and of just life, and I love sharing those life lessons with you guys. Whether, we go back to Hardest Story I Never Told or Funny Money or, just any of the sales stories all mixed in, just titles for days are pumping in my head right now. But one is probably one of the most important lessons I learned. I actually learned it from this asshole, Matt the camera, not you, the people. I love you guys. No, the guy behind the camera, Matt the cameraman. I actually learned this from Matt, which is shocking that I learned something from Matt. I don't know what I did to put me on the track that I am. I sell cars. So does 50 million other people. And I swear to God, more and more every day are doing it. It's the new in thing, I think. It's kind of like Barbara Mandrell back in the day. She was country before country was cool. I was selling cars before selling cars was cool. And rolling a jack across the floor. It's that shop life, yo. We live it. That being said, it's very important, no matter what you do, to have the right people surrounded around you. And I've talked about this before. This isn't a repeat. This is new. Even more important is not having people that you don't need in your circle with you. And I want to keep everything vague. I don't want anybody getting their feelings hurt. The last 2 years of my life have been a whirlwind of insane stuff. I mean, if you go back to the New South video, we've got TV production companies calling. We've got other YouTubers, wanting to jump on board. And God forbid everybody in damn Greenville is hanging onto my ass and just dragging them behind me. It feels like. You're doing something right when they do that. So that's why you got to look at it and understand that. And when you got the right people that are, behind you, that's perfect. A lot of times you got a lot of people behind you that shouldn't be there. Sometimes they're not easy to spot. They come out, hey, they got these skills, or they can do this, or there's some, and this. But you got to have that guy that's there no matter what. And we talked about motivation. And that's a small part of it, but it's an important part. You're going to find certain people in your life that no matter when you talk to them, you feel better when you're done. Matt not being one of those, but just kidding, Matt. You'll have certain people, and just like Matt, I'll call Matt up and be like, hey, what are you doing? And he goes, man, looking at your face. He said, you rock star, or you this, or whatever. Just that little thing, just gives you that burst, just like he does just before we start filming. How do I look? Absolutely excellent, beautiful, whatever, perfect. You stud. Is he lying? Yes. It pumps you up. It's back when I was doing stand-up comedy. And, one guy, my buddy Brandon Rainwater, and he's a traveling comic now, doing great. I used to love doing comedy gigs with Brandon because Brandon was the best MC ever. Brandon be like, yeah, man, this guy, you've heard him on 93.3 The Planet, 93.7, and this and this. That guy that introduced you to your girl when he got done with her. Put your hands together. I mean, he would just pump you up. I mean, you were just like, whoa. You feel like those wrestlers when they're walking down to the ring. You got that intro music, and I mean, you get that same feeling when I talk to Matt, or I get that same feeling when I talk to Sam Hart. I mean, how the hell could you not be excited when a man answers the phone? You bloody legend. You beautiful man, how are you? Or talking to Travis Bell. You know, I mean, these guys, these are just like God's gift to people in your life. I am so fortunate to have the ones that I have. You know, and I know somebody's going to be like, well, you don't have to hear that. Motivation don't last. They're just pumping you up. Yeah, neither does bathing. That's why you recommend it daily. We were all out at an event. It was me and Matt, the camera guy, and Kobe Kai, and a few others. And we're all hanging out. And we're sitting there. And we're talking. And anybody that knows me, knows how I am. I'm just me. Whether I'm at the gas station, whether I'm at an event, whether I'm sitting in front of these cameras, whether I'm anywhere in that office, driving down the road, I'm just me. I'm good for a laugh. I'm always wanting to cut up. I love to talk to people. I love seeing people smile. And I guess I get that from the stand-up comedy stuff. I like when I see someone smile, it makes me feel like I'm doing my job. But you'll get people that you'll see smile brought back at you that are smiling for all the wrong reasons. And it took me a long time to realize that, you know, and a couple ex-wives. But the thing you need to remember is you got to be able to weed these people out of your circle. And like I said, you're not going to notice them right away. You know, they're pretty slick. You know, they're not going to, they're not going to jump out and say, hey, I'm just here for the good stuff. Or, hey, whatever. No, they're not going to be like that. And if they are, kick them out, but they're not going to do that. You need somebody that's going to be your ride or die, And I think that's something that you don't see a lot of nowadays. I think it's a little rare. I hate to sound like a bitching old man when I say that, but it's true. Everybody's looking for instant gratification and just, I want to grab onto this and I want to take off too. And it doesn't necessarily work like that. And that's attaching yourself to somebody for the wrong reasons. There's if you work as a team, the whole team wins. If you're on the sidelines and you're just hanging off the rail, you're not really a part of the team. Sometimes they'll throw hints. And I didn't even catch this one, but Matt, the camera guy, did. We're sitting there, we're laughing, we're cutting up. And like I said, I'm just that guy. I want to, I'm going to laugh. I've always got a funny joke I'm going to tell you. I always got a little story I'm going to tell you. But, oh, God, this was, what's his name? Or I'll tell you about the time me and Matt, Cashmere. Or I'll tell you about old Kobe Kai and what he's crafting up. Or tell you about this car I bought, what we got coming in. Look at this. I'm going to show you my phone and show you this. I'm that guy. So a lot of times I don't catch a lot of things going on. And somebody in the background who was close to me, very close, I've known for a long time, said something. And Matt is that guy. At the end of the day, I could be doing anything. He could care less. As long as it's remotely legal, he's down. And when I say remotely, we're riding the fine line. Keep in mind, we've shot videos in strip clubs. I'm just throwing that out there. People say things. And, a lot of times when they drink, that true self comes out. And, this person's close to me. And they said something that really, that I didn't hear, that I didn't even notice. But he did. And he brought that to my attention. And he goes, that's not cool, man. Like, it's really bothering me. And like 2 days later, he pulls me to the side and says this. And the thing they said was innocent. It wasn't, it wasn't bad. It wasn't throwing off. You can't ever let someone take you down a level to make them feel better about themselves. Probably one of the best sayings I ever heard. I promise I'm going to pull this all together. I know it's all spread out. But one of the best sayings I ever heard, you're not going to make your candle burn brighter trying to blow someone else's out. And it's so true. And this person said something, we were laughing, we're talking about YouTube stuff or filming or something. And this person said, he really ain't that great. And that bothered Matt because Matt's a team guy. Just, we're all together. If somebody says, hey, your camera guy's a douchebag, but he's my douchebag. He's my guy at the end of the day. Or, says something about Kobe or says something about, whatever. You're in my circle. You're my boy. You're my person. I got you. But I expect the same thing back. And when you let people in your circle that are, yeah, he's all right. But they're the first one to have their hand out, the first one to, when something big happens, they want to be right in the middle of it. That's not what you want. That person's not going to be there on a rainy day. And that's the thing. They're not all ups. And that's something that I just felt like I need to tell you guys about it. Like because I have so many people reach out to me that want to do YouTube channels or want to do collect or anything. I mean, it's not even like celebrity like stuff. Be proud of what you do. I mean, I don't give a damn if you sell car batteries for a living. Be the best at it. If that's your gig, I love it. I'm proud of you. If someone says he ain't that good at selling batteries or he ain't that good, that person's not for you. Because at the end of the day, I've learned this lesson the hard way, and I wanted to share this with you so you guys maybe don't have to. It only goes two ways. There's no in between, there's no gray area. They're either for you or they're against you. And sometimes it's hard to make that call. But you got to do what you got to do to move up. Guys, we'll catch you next time at Rabbit's Used Cars. Lesson learned. You ready?
I'm ready.
What's going on, guys?
I got to call Carrie. You're back on the Christmas card list.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That makes me feel bad. Actually, I was losing sleep because of that. Jesus Christ. But